Hey folks, what's shaking? I haven't done a Spidey-Satarday in months. I think the last one I did was in July. So it's time to finally do a new one. Spidey's still my favorite. I've made a decision to do a consolation effort with my comic books, and one thing that I was intending to do just worked out perfectly. So I will explain that first. All right. So last February, I think it was February, I got this copy of Amazing Spider-Man 78 on Whatnot. I didn't really know what I was doing. I had just got the bug for buying up Silver Age Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure that I overpaid for it a little bit, not much. But that's one of the problems with Whatnot is people get emotional and competitive, and then they tend to overpay for stuff. So I'm really not buying anything on Whatnot anymore. I find other places to spend my money more wisely. I did do a couple breaks with Bowman Draft Baseball on Whatnot, and that didn't turn out so great either. So for now, I'm kind of staying away from that. But this issue right here, this copy, which I'm not an expert. There is a bent corner here. The color's pretty good. The centering is a bit off. It's off-white to white pages. I'm betting that it's like a 4 or a 5 at the most, but I really don't know. I'm not super experienced with grading comic books. I've only done one order so far. I'm working on another one that I'm going to send out after all this tax stuff is over with. I want to be careful there, but probably in April, I'm going to send off a comic book grading submission. Okay, so the reason I'm showing you this right here, this is the first appearance of the Prowler. Now, if you watched the last two Across the Spider-Verse animated movies with Miles Morales, you will know that the Prowler is ultimately Miles Morales' uncle in the first movie. In the second one, Miles Morales himself is actually the Prowler, but on a different universe. All right, mind blown. I know it's crazy. I thought those Miles Morales cartoon movies were the best Spider-Man's ever done, and I'll show you how much I thought of them here in a few minutes. So here's my first comic unboxing. Actually, my first unboxing of 2024. Everybody loves it when I bust out the knife. And as my mom will tell you, it's like giving surgery to open up these packed comics the way people... Oh, a box within a box. That's good for the earth. And now we got a padded USPS envelope. And what do we have in here? What do we have in here? That's not what I paid for. But we got us a graded 7.0 Amazing Spider-Man 78 first appearance of the Prowler. This isn't a huge key, but it's the best Silver Age Spider-Man key that I have, probably. I am planning to, in late February, early March, to start selling most of my raw comic books on eBay. And a good chunk of that money is going to be going into getting slabbed up graded copies of the books that I really want. I'm going to go with the less is more philosophy. I'd like to get where I have 30 to 50 graded comics, and that's it. And anytime that I want something else, I'm going to have to sell something to make room for it. That's my ultimate plan. But, right now I've probably got 10, 15 that I'm planning to hang on to for a while. All right, so since it's Spidey-Satarday, I'll show you a couple more. I've shown pictures of this before, but this is Amazing Spider-Man number 59, 7.5. I like to get these at least in 7s. At least, you know, I know that if I ever get one of the really big ones like number 14 or 1 or something like that, there's no way I'm going to be able to afford to get a 7.0. But for like the you know, the semi-key books, I like to get them in at least a 7. And I believe this is the first time that we put Mary Jane on the cover of Amazing Spider-Man. She makes a few appearances inside the comic books, but I think this is the first time that she's actually on the cover. This is the first graded comic book that I ever bought. So for now on my Silver Age Spidey collection, I've got these two. I'm going to add more. I really want a 50. An Amazing Spider-Man number 50 before the year is over. If you happen to have one that's like a 7.0 or maybe 7.5, maybe 8.0, I'm looking to get one before the year is over. I think Kingpin is the guy of all the villains to be investing in. I'm going with Kingpin. Now I'll show you one more. This is my Grail book. This is one that I purchased a few months ago. I haven't shown it on video yet. Both this one and the Amazing Spider-Man 78 were both bought on claim sales through Elite Comics 11 on Instagram. It was great. The prices were nice. You got to wheel and deal a little bit. There was no sales tax. Shipping was real cheap and quick. It was much easier than buying it anywhere else that I ever bought. But here we go. Amazing Fallout number 4, first press, 9.8. My mother and I both think that this is kind of an ugly cover for such an important book. But we've got first appearance of our boy, Miles Morales, who ultimately is going to be the #1 superhero of the modern era. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's show. I'm going to try to do more comic book stuff in the future. If you are interested in bidding on this raw copy of Amazing Spider-Man number 78, it is on my eBay store. This is posting on a Saturday. That following Sunday, I think at 8 o'clock Pacific time, 7 o'clock Pacific time, this will end on eBay if you want to bid on it. I'm a quick shipper. I'm going to put it in a Gemini mailer and have it do it super carefully. And it'll, you know, I live about a mile from the post office, so it'll get out quick. All right, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Have a great day. Peace.